You already know what it is, man. We are back here to serve some more game on the ground for them Hunger Hounds who just got out the pound and are ready for the next round. Hold on, y'all. I don't know what this is going on with this. With that being said, make sure y'all grab y'all snacks, y'all drinks, y'all weed, whatever the case may be, because we finna jump right into this episode. And as y'all have just seen, new music has dropped. So make sure y'all go check it out. It's on YouTube and Spotify currently. It'll be available on all platforms later on. With that being said, y'all can see the title of this episode, this live, whatever you want to call it, Andrew Tate Mindset. We're going to be checking out this video that was uploaded of Andrew Tate talking about the mindset and how people have forgotten how to use it. So let's go ahead and jump into this, man. Let's get it. Let me change this layout real quick because I don't like that. There we go. I hate that layout.
If you win, you manifested it. Fantastic. If you lose, you would have spent so much time imagining it that you're really going to want it. And because you're really going to want it in your mind, you're going to be more motivated to work hard than ever before. Most of you do not use your mind for what it's for. You've forgotten how to imagine things. But you cannot close your eyes and vividly imagine. You can't give yourself goosebumps. You can't evoke an emotion in yourself anymore. This is an age-old skill that humans had very recently up till social media. You should be able to close your mind and imagine the life you want to live so viscerally, to the point where you can taste it. So that this reality, the one outside of your mind, feels like nothing but a prelude, a ramp, which allows you to get where you want to go. The mind is that powerful. If you ask any champion of anything, they always envision themselves as champion all of the time. And the reason they do that is one, so they feel confident, but two, so that if they don't become champion, they're more angry and more motivated for the next attempt to ensure that they do become champion. So that's the mentality and the mindset you have to have. Your mind is your number one ally in all things. A lot of you have been sabotaged internally by your own mind. Your own psyche is working against you. When you have negative thoughts that prevent you from being the best version of yourself, you should understand that your mind is attempting to betray you. And you should feel disgust because you have enough enemies. There are enough people in that opposing trench trying to destroy you. If you're watching this and listening to this right now, I promise you, if I were to give a button to most humans on this planet, if I were to go up to an average man, 25-year-old man of average income anywhere in the world and say, if you press this button, this guy's gonna die. And I'll show a picture of you holding your dog, cuddling, being a nice little boy, whatever you're doing. I'll make you look sweet and innocent. I'll say, if you press this button, this guy dies, but you get $100 million. You do understand that 99.9% of people will press that button, right? And they'll take that 100 million without remorse. They won't really think about you very much. And if they do, they'll distract themselves with a Lamborghini and with bitches. That's it. They won't care about you.
Man, he's not even lying, dude. People have forgotten how to think. People have forgotten how to picture things in their mind. People have forgotten how to use their minds, period. And that's because social media has fried the thinking ability in the mind that allows people to think critically how to do something and how to get somewhere. If that makes sense. Social media has fried the ability for people to really take a chance in life, so to speak. Let's go. You already know what it is.
There's enough people in the opposing trench who are prepared to destroy you for self-interest that the idea of you not having every single part of you on your own side is truthfully sad. You need to be in a better position than that. You cannot allow your own mind to betray you ever. It has to be 100% on side all of the time. Once your mind is on side, once every part of your psyche is on your team, that's when you can go and look for other teammates. You can expand your network of other people whose psyche is all 100% on their side, and you have a unified outlook on the world. Then you can go and get things done. But the idea of self-betrayal is something most of you are struggling with and you didn't even realize. So as a thought experiment, we're going to sit here, and I want you to actually think about it. How many times have you doubted yourself? How many times have you didn't feel like doing something you knew you were supposed to do? How many times has your mind tricked you into procrastination or being lazy? How many times has your mind convinced you that it was okay to fail and lose even though you didn't try your best? How many times have you sought comfort in excuses? How many times have you betrayed yourself? Don't worry about your enemies attempting to crush you. That's another conversation. If you actually analyze most of your failures,
we've all done all those things that he just said. We've all sought out comfort and excuses. We've all sought out reasons to procrastinate. We've all doubted ourselves. We've all convinced ourselves that it was okay that we failed even though we didn't really do anything. We've all done those things. And if anybody says they haven't done those things, then you're lying. That's a fact. Because I know I've done those things before. Sometimes I still struggle with those things. But in the end, I end up getting everything done. That's a fact. And it's crazy. And you can lie all you want and try to pretend like you're just this stomped down dude who doesn't ever procrastinate, or who doesn't ever doubt himself, or who doesn't ever make up excuses and all this, that, and the third. But the whole time while you lying to yourself, you're sitting there in your mind telling yourself that you're a liar. So you can't even lie to yourself. And you know what's really funny? That voice in your head that's telling you that you a liar, that's God saying that you a liar. God is telling you that while you were saying that you were stomped down, that you're not, you lying. It's him speaking through your mind.
We're going to see the majority of them come from self-sabotage. And once you're in a position like me where you never betray yourself, where your mind never lets you down, ever. My mind knew exactly what I had to do. I did not miss a single day's training. I did not lose my mind. I did not go mental. I did not have a breakdown. I acted exactly as I was supposed to act. I was fully professional in all things. I got as much work done as I could possibly do. I was extremely productive. I used the experience for what it was. My mind never betrayed me. If you listen and look back on most of your failures, you're going to see that it was your own mind that betrayed you. It wasn't your enemies that tricked you. It wasn't your enemies that outmaneuvered you or outsmarted you. Most of you are not yet at high enough echelon to even have enemies of caliber. You were simply self-betraying. And until you identify that pattern and get yourself in the habit of ensuring that is impossible, then you're always going to lose against people who fully believe in themselves. You know, one of the things that stupid people have that makes stupid people quite successful sometimes is irrational self-belief. And the smarter you are, sometimes the harder it is to irrationally believe in yourself. But if you're dumb enough, you can be arrogant enough to have this irrational self-belief, and you will see some people be very successful, and you say, how is this idiot successful? Because they're so stupid that they don't consider the idea of failure. Their mind isn't advanced enough. They are not cognitive enough to consider betraying their own being. They only see outside. They don't self-reflect. If you're intelligent enough to self-reflect, you need to do it so that you can come up with feedback, so that you can constantly improve. But be very aware of the trouble that can come from a mind that's not 100% on your side. My mind is 100% on my side in all ways. If I have to do something difficult, even if my body can't do it, my mind believes I can do it all the time. And you'd be amazed how much of life, even in the physical realm, is mental.
Man, you ain't even lying about that either, dude. There's so many things that people think are really hard that they can't do. And the only reason why they can't do it is because they keep telling themselves they can't do it. They keep thinking to themselves, man, this is too hard. I can't do this. They keep thinking that it's too hard. They keep thinking that they can't do it, bro. Don't. See, that's why I've always, even when I was a kid, and it's funny because I've had this kind of mindset since I was probably like 10 or 11 years old. And it goes, don't think you can do it. Know you can do it. And it's funny because a little backstory on how I developed that mindset. And y'all just have to ignore the many spirits that kicked on. But me and one of my old homeboys, we used to like walking down the different alleyways in between the streets because we thought they were shortcuts, but really they weren't. And then this one particular alleyway, there was a dog that used to jump the fence. It was a full grown dog. I think it was like a sheepdog German Shepherd mix. I'm not sure, but it would jump the fence, and it would always chase us. And so we always knew once we got to that house, we would have to run because that dog would jump the fence. And that dog was fast. But I always thought that I was faster than the dog. One of my homeboy at the time, he was like, man, I can't run faster than the dog. I said, but I don't think you can do it. Know you can do it. And I ended up outrunning that dog, bro. It was crazy. I ended up running faster than him on his bike. It was funny. But it's a real life. Don't think you can do it. Know you can do it. Know in your mind that you can do something. Know in your mind that you can accomplish something. Know in your mind that you can get something done. That's a fact.
Believe you can run a marathon, you can run a marathon. If you don't believe you can run a marathon, you can't run a marathon. Because a marathon is hard. And by believing in it, by truly believing you can do it, then you will your body to a different level than if you don't believe you can do it. It's the same with absolutely all things, including making money, including the gym, including dealing with mental struggle. Anxiety is self-betrayal. Panic is self-betrayal. Procrastination is self-betrayal. Laziness is self-betrayal. Lacking motivation is self-betrayal. All of these things are self-betrayal.
So keep up the hard work. Don't give up on the consistency. Hey, salute, man. Appreciate you for tapping in, dog.
Most of you, your largest enemy on the planet today is yourself.
He said, I was sent by the universe to tell you that you're going to make it. Oh, well, let me tell you something, man. I don't believe in the universe. I believe in God Almighty, Jesus Christ. But I appreciate you for tapping in anyways.
You are the one who is destroying your own prospects because you don't have your own mind under control. And one of the things that's crazy about the world is your mind is one of the few things you can control. You can't control very much else. You can only control your mind. It's the only thing you have control over. So if you don't control it absolutely, you're going through life with no control over anything. You don't control your own mind, which means by extension, you do not control your life, you do not control your woman, you do not control the weather, you don't control nothing. You're just an empty vessel going through life with zero control over anything. You can control once your mind's in check.
And just think about it like this. How many people have let their minds betray them to the point to where they legit commit suicide? How many people die to quote unquote depression and suicide, quote unquote suicidal depression, because they allow those thoughts to run rampant in their mind, or they're not good enough, or nobody cares about them, or you need to just kill yourself and all this, that, and the third. They allow those thoughts to run rampant in their mind. They don't have control of their thoughts. They don't. They don't have control of their mind. Your reaction and attitude to things. When you're in the trenches, there's people who give up
There's people who quit. There's people who sow FUD. There's people who feel sorry for themselves. There's people who want an easy way out. And there's other people who say, listen, this is a test. And the only way we're going to get this done is to be irrationally positive all of the time. He's like, well, what can I do about the price of Bitcoin? Perhaps nothing. But the universe may reward.
What can I do about the price of Bitcoin? The fact that people worry about that more than anything else in their entire life blows my mind. You worried about a coin. Bro, you should have been bought Bitcoin when it first came out if you really worried about the price of it. Come on now. It's time you invest in some other things besides Bitcoin.
You karmically, if you at least try to do something positive, go for a walk, go for a run, burn some calories. Why do you go down to the nearest grocery store and buy the old lady's groceries? How about that? You're unhappy that Bitcoin's gone down. Fine. What I recommend you do, although you may not understand this because you don't see them as linked, but karmically all things are linked inside of this universe. Go down to the local grocery store and buy some groceries for an old lady. That's what you should do to fix the Bitcoin price. Now, will that genuinely affect the Bitcoin price? I don't know. It's amazing how this world works. Perhaps in some strange version of events, that slight delay in her thanking you and her getting in the car ends up leading to an increase in the Bitcoin price. But even if it doesn't, perhaps you'll learn something about not being so attached to money. Perhaps you'll feel grateful and understand you have a lot more spare money than you thought in the first place. Perhaps your attitude to the world will change, which will allow you to be more open-minded so that you can approach opportunities in a different way so that you make more money later on.
That's facts. And that's not even just to approach different opportunities. It's a good lesson to learn how to see the positive things in the negative. See, what a lot of people fail to do is in a negative situation to see anything at all positive within that situation because all they're focusing on is the negative. It's like, look at it like this. You got a black void, but in the back of that black void you got little bits and little dots, little holes, and in those little dots and holes light shines through. Now the black void is the negative, but those little dots of light are the positive. You focus on those little dots more than you focus on the black void. Those little dots will get brighter and brighter. Whereas if you just continuously focus on the black void, it's going to get darker and darker. You got to learn how to see the positive even in the negative. That's a fact.
Karmically, it's impossible for us to tangibly link how that positive action will lead into something else positive in your life later on. We just have to have faith that it will. Because it will. So when I said this to this guy, he's like, LOL. That's his reply. He replied LOL when I said he should go buy groceries for somebody. And he doesn't understand the world. And I thought, well, why don't I go speak to thousands of people and talk positive then? Not to save him, but just to put my money where my mouth is. Just to prove that you can just do something good. And if you just do something good, it is better than doing nothing. Rain dances work. If you need it to rain, you shouldn't sit and pray. You shouldn't sit and hope. You shouldn't sit and complain that it's not raining. You shouldn't sit and wait. You should rain dance. Does a rain dance make clouds appear? No. But you should take action. Perhaps your rain dance, although it will not make clouds appear, will be viewed by a tribe high on the mountain far away. And they'll look down seeing you rain dance and realize that you need water. And then maybe Providence and luck will have this tribesman appear with big barrels of water saying, we think you might need water and we have some spare. If you didn't rain dance, they wouldn't know. They'd just see you sitting around being a mopey dipshit, crying his eyes out. That's why it's so important to take action in all things. Action solves all. Raw action is the answer. Raw action solves all. It is a mindset. So this dipshit complaining about the crypto price, he's not prepared to rain dance. He's not prepared to help a granny with her groceries. He's not prepared to do anything. God does not reward men that way. God rewards men who attack the world. You have to go and get things. You have to show that you deserve them. Even in mating, men go get the woman. Men go get money. Men go take land. Men go. We go and happen to the world. The world doesn't happen to us. What did we say earlier about if you try your absolute best, you can always find the W even in the L? I tried my absolute best, so I win. Raw action solves all.
And some of y'all out there might be confused. Well, how do you still win even though if you took an L? You win because you learned what not to do the next time you do it. Losers, the only time they take an L whenever they lose is because they didn't learn nothing at all. They didn't learn what not to do. They didn't learn what to do when they should have, or what not to do when they shouldn't have. But people who win, even with the L's, they learn the lessons of, okay, I'm supposed to do this, or I'm not supposed to do this.
If you had that kind of attitude, you wouldn't be looking at a crypto price and sitting there praying and hoping like a dork. You'd be doing something about it. Oh, I need your help. Do you? I don't even see you trying. And that's how God views things. That's how, in fact, most wealthy people view things. I haven't seen you do anything that warrants me giving you a second of my help. People feel like rich people are horrible because we don't help the normies. Even if you try and help normies, most of them are beyond help because they are self-sabotaging and lazy.
Or they just straight up do not care whatever you tell them. Oh yeah, man, well it's easy for you to say that because you got this and you got that. Like, bro, I'm legit telling you what I did to get to where I'm at. And you just, like, that's why a lot of people don't really care about trying to give other people a game. Because most of the time, the people they're trying to give the game to just brush it off. Well, that works for you, but that doesn't work for everybody. How you know it don't work for you if you ain't even going to try it?
You have to at least show to the people who are important in the world that you're not those things in the beginning if you ever want to be taken seriously, at least. That's one of the first things you can do. But I want to see that you give a shit. I only want to give money to people who know how to rain dance. I only want to give money to people who sit and believe that the rain dance is the answer. I like rain dancers. I like people who sit and say, I don't know what to do, so I'm going to do something. I don't know what to do, so I'm going to just do something positive. I don't know how to make Bitcoin go up. I'm going to buy an old lady groceries. I don't know what to do, but inaction in and of itself is an action. And men of honor do not allow.
And some of y'all might be confused on how inaction is a form of action. Inaction is the action that you take in choosing not to do anything. Every action is a choice. In doing something or not doing something. So whenever you choose not to do something, you are taking the action to not do anything.
Allow the universe to decide for them. They decide their fate. And you decide your fate with hard work and vigor in all things. In fact, I would argue that a lot of you probably heard about Bitcoin in 2007 or 2009 or 2011, whenever. But you were so uninterested in doing your due diligence, so uninterested in being proactive, that you just ignored it. You probably don't even remember being told about it because you didn't give a shit. Yeah. And then you have the gall and audacity to sit here and say, if someone told me about Bitcoin back then, I'd be rich. No, you wouldn't. If you're the kind of person who would have got rich from Bitcoin back then, you're the kind of person who can get rich right now by taking action, by paying attention. If you're refusing to do the right things now, you would have never done the right thing. And retrospectively identifying your failures and identifying how many right things you've missed out on is actually a form of hard cope. oh no, I just don't have the chances. You've had chances and wasted them. And you have another chance right now.
And are continually wasting it. You talk about, I ain't had a chance. No, it ain't that you ain't had a chance. You just did not care enough to take the chance. You just did not care enough to really try it, to really put yourself out there and do something different. You were too lazy. You preferred to be comfortable. You preferred to be soft. You preferred to be just a shell of yourself. That's a fact. So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, your mummies, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else that y'all know. With that being said, I'm going to let Rev take it from here, man. We out.
For a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do his will. I'm that nigga.
Motherfucker, because it's my world. And every motherfucking thing in it. That includes your asshole too.
What if God send the devil in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit? Then motherfucker, you fucked up, huh? You fucked up, huh? You know your ass is doomed. What you got to speak? If you don't know shit to speak on this topic I'm bringing up, shut your goddamn ass up.
And what do you say, Gerard? You ignorant slut.
I don't think I'm God. I ain't saying I think I believe. I know, and if you study the words, you study my book, you will know I'm me too.
You didn't create the heaven and the earth, baby.
But I did. I'm that motherfucker. You know me, don't you?
Hell no, I don't want you.
You don't know me? Then shame on your goddamn ass in. Shit, I'm the motherfucker. Give a fuck what you believe in. Believe in you some goddamn Ku Klux Klans members, don't you? And house nigga, bitch made ass, nincome fucking poops, monkey minded, Afrocentric motherfuckers. You wanna call me and tell me your opinion?